All right, let's learn Greek together. Let's mix it up a little bit this time and start with some vocabulary. Adelphos, ho. Our previous words, you remember the definite article was he. Here we find ho, which lets us know that this is a masculine noun. Brother. Ala. But. Anthropos, ha. Human being, person, or man. De. Another word for but and. Doulos, ha. Slave or servant. Ergon, to. That definite article helps us to see that this is a neuter noun, deed or work. Thanatos, ha. Death. Theos, ha. God or God. Kurios, ha. Lord, master, or owner. Logos, ha. Word. Nomos, ha. Law. Oikos, ho. House. Uranos, ho. Heaven or sky. Teknon, to. Child. And last but not least, huios, ho. Son. Boop, boop. That word, by the way, de, is postpositive, which means that it never comes first in a clause. Usually it's second, but it might come later. The English translation of that word de usually will be the first word of that English translation. In today's shorter lesson, we're going to be talking about the second declension. The second declension contains nouns that end in os and on. Most of the words that end in os are masculine, and the very small group of feminine words that end with os we'll discuss at a later lesson. All second declension nouns that end in on are neuter, and the singular, nominative, vocative, and accusative forms are all ending in the same way, on, which we'll see in just a second. The plural form of those cases also end in the same thing, a, which again we'll see in just a moment. Let's take a look at some typical second declension forms, starting with masculine nouns, and we'll use logos for this one. If this paradigm doesn't look familiar, check out the previous video, I think lesson 3. And here we have logos, logu, logo, logon, logoi, logon, logois, logus. Os, u, o, on, oi, on, ois, us. Os, u, o, on, oi, on, ois, us. And then we have the neuter nouns, and we'll look at ergon for this one. As we were talking about earlier, in the singular, nominative, genitive, accusative, and vocative all have this. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not correct. Nominative, accusative, and vocative have all the same ending, which is on, and on. And in the same way with the plural, a, and a. This is actually an upsilon. Therefore, ergon, ergu, ergo, ergon, erga, ergon, ergois, erga. On, u, o, on, a, on, ois, a. On, u, o, on, a, on, ois, a. And that's all we have for this lesson, so tune in next time for more Greek.